This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Grizzlor figure, the hairy henchman of the evil horde, part of the cartoon collection, still celebrating She-Ra's 40th anniversary. And boy, can I not wait to talk about this guy. So on the back of the box, we see that Grizzlor has that mirror that he comes with. As seen on the episode He Ain't Heavy, where we see Shadow Weaver and apparently Scrooge from A Christmas Carol in a bubble. Again, he includes the Moon Mirror, and you can twist into powerful battle positions, meaning we did not give him any real equipment either. Not that most of the characters in the Horde and She-Ra had a whole lot of equipment anyway. But part of this line also includes Orko the heroic court magician, Grizzlor, the hairy henchman of the evil horde, and Fangman, the evil fanged minion of Skeletor. Let's open this sucker up. This should be interesting. And here we have his accessory, which is, of course, the Moon Mirror. Yeah, I don't care. The little white sheet that shows all the parts that come off, which apparently includes his entire fursuit, by the way. We have the mini comic of Future Tense, Part 5 of the Horde Invasion Saga, where we see She-Ra, what I want to say is the New Adventures version of the Sorceress from the cartoon, that is, not from the mini comics. The person who I keep on referring to as King Grayskull's wife from basically from the mini comic that came with Eternia, the Eternian playset, and Orko. So when we open this up, we see the Sorceress pop up. I really do hope they give us this version of the Sorceress, actually. I'm not going to lie. We do see the attack track, the Dragon Walker, and they're still trying to break that barrier between the worlds. And I should say, it's at this point where they do break the barrier between Etheria and Eternia, allowing the Masters to jump on over and help out the Great Rebellion, who were in charge anyway, so they're not really the Great Rebellion anymore. But the Sorceress has other plans for He-Man, where she sends him to another timeline, another universe, to go and visit his future self from the planet Primus using the Cosmic Key. Which, by the way, I don't think we've actually gotten well, no, there wouldn't even be a version of the Cosmic Key technically in the cartoon collection because it was never used in the cartoons. But He-Man asks He-Man for help, and he agrees, because they need a fleet to attack the Horde fleet. And now with the Eternians on Etheria helping out, there is a battle that ensues, and the Etherians and Eternians start to beat the Horde. Skeletor is still being tortured by Hordak. I don't know why they're showing the Keldor head, the melting head, and then I don't know if that's supposed to be He-Man or Adam's head, because it looks too young to be He-Man. But then Hordak gets the terrible news that they've been paying far too much attention to getting Skeletor, that tides have turned on Etheria. So the Hordak orders his ship in space to rain death upon the grounds, saying that, sacrifice is expected. But thanks to the folks from Primus, they take out the Horde in the space so that they are stopped. And it seems that we have a victory currently, at least on Etheria. I wonder if we'll get the Starship Eternia, because that would definitely seem like a good crowdfunding project when you get right down to it. Better than that snake lair they designed. But they've defeated Hordak, but not quite. Hordak still controls the Fright Zone and Snake Mountain, so they'll have to go after that too. So they open up a portal so He-Man and She-Ra can head into it, and for some reason they know that Skeletor is in trouble, but they don't know it. Like, there's nothing in here that tells it, but it's Skeletor. So it seems like there must have been something that should have been in here as a text bubble, either a scream from Skeletor or something. that's missing. And once again, as part of this collection, we have Orko, the heroic court magician, Grizzlor, the hairy henchman of the evil horde, and Fangman, the evil fanged minion of Skeletor. And here's our Grizzlor. Let's take a look at that beautiful face. My issue, like, I know this fits the cartoon just fine overall, the look. But again, to me, he just looks like a bunch of poop smeared all over a toy. Now, what I thought seemed interesting, though. Oh. Looks like his head is in 2 parts, by the way. We've got a harness break here. Dude, if it was only that easy to remove your back hair. And once again, just like in Classics, they didn't use a furry body underneath the fur. They just used a plain body. So yeah, this does look like this guy just got waxed at the spa. They also didn't use hairy arms on him either, like the furry arms. So that's kind of weird too. But I guess, he's meant to be smooth looking. But yeah, look at that. His entire furry chest and back and everything is just a harness. And the color match is just awful. Like, they did not match the torso with any of the rest of it. It's like, oh, it's going to be covered up anyway. Let's just throw whatever in there. Oh my gosh. That would have been embarrassing if I couldn't actually get the harness back on afterwards. So that's kind of fun and stupid. So aside from the mirror, he has no other accessories. He can hold the mirror and look at his beautiful poop-like continents. But let's see what a mess. Jeez. All these little tabby things got stuck in them. Let's check out the articulation here. Head's on that ball joint. You can spin it around. You can wiggle wobble at the front there. Definitely the harness interferes with the head movement. So you kind of... So you got to pull it off, apparently. So you do have to kind of like force it a bit. And as you saw, the head did pop off on me while I was turning it. I can almost guarantee you that this is going to interfere with his arm movements. So we can hinge up and down per normal. But of course, when we try to spin, we can kind of get that far back and about that far in the front. We got a single joint at the elbow per usual, spin at the wrist, and in and out articulation. He does come with 2 gripping hands, thank God. We can spin him at the waist. He can kick forward about that far, and only about that far to kick back. But he can give us a really good high kick. Wow. I need to get like the Miss Piggy voice doing the to start dealing with those things. Single joint at the knee, roughly 90-degree bend, boot cut, and a hinge at the ankle, and the ability to spin it all around. So as I was saying, like, overall, I just don't like this figure. I think the reason why they gave us 2 in this case load was because of how many people bought the vintage style Grizzlor. But there's a reason for that. The vintage style Grizzlor is awesome compared to this. It's a very unique figure. He's got all the fur and everything else. This one looks like someone smeared poop all over his body. And once again, I just want to say, if we're going to put 3 characters in a wave and you got 1 character where you have swappable heads, that's probably the character you should be doing the 2 in the case of, not the guy who looks like he fell into a pile of dog crap. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, please feel free to crap on that like button in honor of Grizzlor's poopy face. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense, please feel free to subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.